Junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
So, where does my literary journey begin? It begins with Richard Scarry, my favorite author as a child. As you can see, Richard Scarry's books are extremely illustrative, very bright, easy for a child to read. And so I would read these books time and time again. My mother would read them to me, but I would go and pick them up myself because they were just too interesting to read. And of course, my favorite character of all, Lowly Worm, the coolest worm around. Lowly would do great things like help you count, help you get ready for bed, help you get ready for school in the morning. And the nice thing about Lowly is Lowly drove the apple car. Okay, let's move forward now. The book fair. The book fair came once a year to school. And what was so great about the book fair? You basically got to pick out the books that you wanted, not the books the teachers told you to read, but the ones that you wanted. And what did I find at the book fair? My favorite book as a child, The Adventures of Otis Spofford by Beverly Cleary, who became my favorite author as a child. And what I realized is that, wow, she wrote dozens and dozens of books. So I had lots of stuff to read, and what was nice is I never grew tired of them. But then a black period, middle school, high school, college. What had happened? I've been introduced to new criticism, where my opinion didn't count, and only professors was right. Something like this.
Listen, you little wiseacre. I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong. And there's nothing you can do about it.
So, what now? Well, let's move forward and find out. A new idea came along. What was this idea? Somewhere where you could buy books. You could buy what you wanted cheaply. Amazon. What a great idea. That meant that I could buy books that I liked. You mean books like this? Or these kind of books? Or maybe a book on this? Or maybe even a book on this? But I didn't have to buy books like this. That made me feel good. So, with Amazon, what I could do is I could avoid my previous experiences of that. And I could do more of what I'd like to do, which was this. Okay, let's move forward one more time. The years go by, and what comes along? My daughter. Well, hi Allison, how are you? Well, with my daughter, what we did was we started over with what I did. We went back with the Applemobile, with Richard Scarry. We went through all the books that she loved. And then what happened next? Well, she got to school. And what happens at school? Well, she experienced her own book fair. And what happened with that? She also had a program called Accelerated Reading. And she liked books, like this, The American Girl Mysteries, which we read together, which was great because I actually found myself enjoying reading again. Interesting. Let's move on. Now I'm at Georgia State. And I've been introduced to an idea that I'd never heard before. What was this idea? Reader response criticism? You mean basically I had input on the readings that I was doing? Wow, what an interesting concept. So I found that the text plus the reader gave it meaning. Wow, thank you, Professor Marshall. And this led me to understand, as I was going to be a teacher, that the text and the reader had that transaction. This is the way that I wanted to teach my students to read when I became a teacher, so that I could bring what I learned into the classroom. All of the experience that I have, all the things that I've learned, all the reading that I've gone through my lifetime, I now can put together and hopefully teach my students in a way that wasn't taught to me. All right, thank you. Goodbye.